Good morning, greetings friends, and welcome to The Bright Side, your nutritional program dedicated to the understanding of the vast world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. I'm your host, Pharmacist Ben, nutritional pharmacist from Boulder, Colorado. I use nutritional supplements where other healthcare practitioners use toxic pharmaceutical drugs and sometimes deadly medical procedures. If you suspect that there are natural nutritional roads to your health and vitality and well-being and to addressing your health challenges, whatever they may be, but you don't know where to begin, you have come to the right place. As you listen to The Bright Side every day, you are more and more in control of your body, you are more and more knowledgeable, and you know you can overcome any health challenge. That is why we are here every day on The Bright Side, helping clear up the sometimes confusing world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. Over the last 33 years of practicing pharmacy, I have seen drug-free recoveries from diabetes, hypertension, obesity, skin diseases like acne, psoriasis, eczema, rosacea, digestive ailments, autoimmune issues of all kinds, recoveries that by the standards of modern medicine can only be called a miracle. But what is in the world of the body, what is in the world of biology, standard operating procedure. Because the human biological system is a healing system, it's a regenerating system. It is designed divinely to heal and renew itself on a moment-to-moment basis, and while some folks may call that a miracle, it really is just the way the body works. If you have questions about health, nutrition, prescription drugs, if you want to wean yourself off your meds and get on a good nutritional supplement program, we are here for you at 844-236-6010. 844-236-6010. If you want to purchase longevity products, call 866-735-2470 or head to brightsideben.com, pharmacistben.com, or criticalhealthnews.com. You can purchase your longevity products off the website. You can also click on the Join the Team link if you want to start a longevity business, if you want to help spread the word about the power and importance of a good nutritional supplement program. If you have benefited yourself or you've seen the benefits of nutritional supplementation on loved ones and you want to help spread the word, and you want to make a little money at the same time, it's a great business opportunity. Call 866-735-2470 for more info, or click on the Join the Team link at brightsideben.com, pharmacistben.com, or criticalhealthnews.com. Also want to remind you to check out our Truth Skin Health products at truthtreatments.com. No preservatives, fragrances, fillers, waxes, emulsifiers, silicone oil, nothing your skin doesn't need or doesn't want in any of our Truth Skin Health products, wound healing products, first aid products, and beauty products, all in one 100% active and functional bottle or jar. Truthtreatments.com. Got about 10 or 12 products up at truthtreatments.com. More products on the way. And got some specials running now, too, if you check out the website, truthtreatments.com. Truthtreatments.com. All right, welcome back to The Bright Side. We have been spending a lot of time talking about estrogen, the hormone estrogen, which is associated with all kinds of health issues, health challenges, weight gain and cancers and endometriosis and autoimmunity. And it's just a really major problem hormone, not so much itself as a hormone, but as a breakdown product. The whole problem with estrogen is because it's so potent, the body has to break it down quickly. And when it doesn't get broken down quickly, a very powerful form of estrogen builds up. So helping support the body's ability to clear out estrogen is job number one if you are dealing with endometriosis or fibroids or cysts or problems with weight that you can't get off, weight gain that you can't get rid of, or reproductive issues or autoimmune issues or fibromyalgia or chronic fatigue syndrome. Any of these health challenges, anything that has to do with estrogen, working on detoxification of estrogen is job number one. But detoxification is kind of a weird thing. We hear it all the time, but we don't really know how many people can really say what detoxification is from a biochemical standpoint. Nobody really tells us these things. So helping the body clear out estrogen through the detox system, that is through the liver, is really, really important for everybody. You don't have to be dealing with any of the untoward effects of excessive amounts of estrogen. And by the way, males have an estrogenic response too. Estrogen in men has a fertility effect, just like estrogen in women has a fertility effect. The gonads and the prostate are both influenced by the hormone estrogen. If men are highly estrogenic, they're going to have a harder time making sperm. They're going to have a harder time conceiving. Estrogen in men, in teenage boys, regulates growth hormone and determines height. It determines the length of the arms and the leg bones. Estrogen is a major, it may be the major hormone in the body, arguably. Thyroid, it works with thyroid and insulin. Those are probably the big three hormones of the body: thyroid, insulin, and estrogen, at least in terms of wide-ranging effects. And the problem with estrogen is we get these estrogen disruptors. Our culture is, because estrogen is such a fundamental molecule throughout nature, it's one of the oldest, if it's not it may be the oldest hormone. I think it is the oldest animal hormone, and plants make things like estrogens. And because it's such a fundamental chemical structure, it's found everywhere. It's found in pesticides, it's found in drugs, it's found in plastics, it's found in industrial chemicals, solvents, preservatives. All of these have estrogenic effects. We're swimming in an ocean of one of the most powerful hormones on the planet, or the most powerful hormones in the animal kingdom and in the living kingdom, because plants make it too, estrogen-like compounds. And we're swimming in so much of it. So learning to detox is really important. Most of the detox for estrogen occurs in the liver. So understanding what that whole thing means and then supporting liver detox is really, really important. And there's lots of ways to do it. Vitamin C is one of the all-time great liver detox support supplements. And by the way, vitamin C also has a hormone regenerating effect. Vitamin C helps you regenerate your hormones. The electronics of vitamin C are such that when a hormone is breaking down, it loses its electrical energy. Vitamin C can contribute electrical energy and revive hormones. Awesome hormonal strategy. Vitamin C, hormone support strategy, and it's also a very important detox strategy. There's lots of ways to support liver detox. Lots and lots of liver nutrients. Here's the thing about liver detox. The more work the liver is doing, the less effective it's going to be in detoxification, which is why I've said since my days, I graduated pharmacy school, my first days as a pharmacist, if you're on a chronic long-term medication and the doctor says you're going to be on that the rest of your life, your number one goal should be to figure out how to not be on that for the rest of your life, because every drug you take has to be purified by the liver, which means you're going to lose the nutrients that are required for that kind of purification. And there's lots, the B vitamins especially. The B vitamins are superstar detoxification nutrients. And the B vitamins are water soluble, so the more water you're drinking, the more you're losing your B complex. If you're starting to take a beta blocker and a calcium channel blocker and a statin drug and anti-inflammatory and whatever the heck we take, some people take 10, 12 drugs, even if you're taking 3 or 4 or 5 drugs, you're burdening your liver. You're causing your liver to burn through nutrients, especially the water-soluble nutrients. You're causing your liver to burn through glutathione, which is incredibly important for the detoxification system. That's why when you see, we were talking to my friend Afton Bryant yesterday about IV nutrition, or last week, I'm sorry, about IV nutrition, and she says her most important IV nutrient is glutathione, and glutathione is unbelievably important for lots of things, but especially for the detoxification system. Your BCAAs, your branched chain amino acids, are also important for the detoxification system. You get those in whey protein and egg protein. And plant nutrients are also important for phase 1 detoxification. Do you know plants are loaded with detoxification support substances? Loaded. Vegetables, greens, and reds. They're very important for detox. As we get older, by the way, we don't extract the detox components out of plants as effectively. That's why you always want to eat your vegetables with your ultimate enzymes, with any kind of with cellulase digestive enzymes, I should say. But ultimate enzymes, or any cellulase. ACE means enzymes. Cellulase is enzymes that help you dissolve the cellulose in plants. All right, I'm Pharmacist Ben. 844-236-6010 is our number. You're listening to The Bright Side. We'll be back after this. Okay, we are back on the bright side. Pharmacist Ben here, 844-236-6010 is our number. Got lines open for you. We'll get your calls momentarily. Actually, in our next segment, we'll get your phone calls, 844-236-6010. If you have questions about estrogen, progesterone, hormone replacement therapy, anything we're speaking about here today, or if you have a comment or success story, which we love hearing, 844-236-6010 is our number. If you want to purchase longevity products or sign up to join the Brightside Ben team, call 866-735-2470, 866-735-2470, or click on the Join the Team link at brightsideben.com, pharmacistben.com, or criticalhealthnews.com. From Science Daily, actually from the American Physiological Society, posted on Science Daily, chronic estrogen exposure linked to high blood pressure. Researchers have found that long-term estrogen exposure generates excessive levels of superoxide, which is a really, really, really powerful stress chemical in the body. Superoxide is an super, like the name implies, it's an oxygen that's super. It's a super free radical, superoxide. And the buildup of superoxide occurs in the brain, which can cause elevations in blood pressure. Just generally speaking, estrogen is an amp you up, rev you up kind of a molecule. And estrogen and hypertension go hand in hand. This is from the journal Current Hypertension Reports. Estrogen and hypertension. Menopause is accompanied by a dramatic rise in the prevalence of hypertension in women. Hypertension is known as essential hypertension. Most hypertension is known as essential hypertension. That means we have no idea what the heck causes it. Well, we know that estrogen at least plays a role in hypertension. Estrogen plays a role in revving the body up. Cancers, fibroid cysts. It's just a really powerful hormone. It's important, obviously. It's an important growth hormone, but you got to clear it out of the body. Phase one, or actually clearance, I should tell you. Back up a second here. Clearance of estrogen occurs in 3 steps, 3 phases, they call them. Phase 1, Phase 2, Phase 3. Phase 1 is when the body makes it more water soluble. Estrogen is a fatty substance. That's most things that are poisonous to the body are fatty. If it's watery, it flushes through. The fatty stuff sticks. So the body will make things more watery. This is so amazing. This is how one of the ways the body clears out poisons. It makes the poisons more watery so you can urinate them out. So they don't stick as readily. So the body will make the estrogen more watery using the B complex, using glutathione, using the branched chain amino acids, using compounds that are found in plants. It makes it more water soluble. But that's just the first step. That first step creates a super toxic estrogen. So step 2 becomes really important. If things are sticking at step 1, you get a buildup in this toxic estrogen, and that's where you get the problems. That's where the estrogen diseases come from. Incomplete breakdown of estrogen because it's getting bottlenecked, because the liver's overworked, because you're malnourished. That's why if you're dealing with an estrogenic health challenge, you want to support liver detoxification by helping with that bottleneck, eliminating toxins, eliminating the load, and sugar is a major load. Reducing your sugar intake. Sugar is a major load on the detox system, not because the sugar has to be detoxed, but because it overloads the liver. So getting on a low sugar, low carb diet is super important. This is why the ketogenic diet is so important and why I consider it to be the best diet, the best way to eat. It's because you're not burdening the liver, which is so burdened in our culture. Keto is awesome for anybody dealing with fibromyalgia or chronic fatigue or fibroids or cysts or endometriosis or reproductive problems or PMS or autoimmune diseases, any of these things that are associated with the hormone estrogen, with incomplete clearance of estrogen. Keto is awesome. The second step also has to be firing on all cylinders. The second part of the detox machinery has to be firing on all cylinders, and that they call it that phase 2. There's a really cool phase 2 supporting substance called calcium D-glucarate for people who are dealing with estrogen issues. I think that could be super helpful. If you don't want to take a supplement glucarate, you can get it in your cruciferous vegetables, and cruciferous vegetables they're a woman's best friend, in my opinion, especially if you're dealing with an estrogen issue. Zinc and copper are also important for the second step in detoxifying estrogen. Selenium is incredibly important for this second step. CoQ10, vitamin C. There's phytonutrients. One in milk thistle. You probably heard about milk thistle being good for the liver. There's a component in milk thistle that helps with the second phase of detoxification. The second phase of detoxification benefits from garlic. If your garlic and onions are good for your detoxification, for cleaning the body out. This is why both garlic and onions have elements that are really important for the second step. Garlic and onions are another must-have nutritional supplement or food that you should ingest if you're dealing with estrogen. Lots of garlic, estrogenic issues. Lots of garlic, lots of onions. MSM sulfur works here too. And then there's the phase 3, and phase 3 is really underappreciated, and that's getting it out of your body, eliminating it. The actual excretion, the actual elimination of the toxins through excretion. Bowel movements are incredibly important if you have any estrogenic health issues, and prostate diseases counts for men. And don't forget about calming the body down using psychological techniques. Meditation is an awesome way to help reduce the untoward effects of estrogen. Meditation is just unbelievably valuable. Meditation is medication. It's the best medication. Meditation, relaxing the body. It doesn't have to be anything you don't have to be a Buddhist. You don't have to chant Om. Dr. Herbert Benson was a medical doctor at Harvard, and he wrote a book called The Relaxation Response, and he knew how important meditation was, but because he was from Harvard and he was a medical doctor, he couldn't call it meditation, so he called it the relaxation response. But it's the same thing. And instead of Om, he says you're supposed to chant one instead of Om. He couldn't say Om because he was at Harvard. That wouldn't have worked. So he said, if you just chant the word one, and focus on the sound, you will activate the parasympathetic nervous system, the relaxation nervous system. This will balance out the untoward effect of estrogen, which activates the sympathetic nervous system, the stress nervous system. And remember, cortisol and estrogen go hand in hand. Meditation is just such a powerful, powerful tool. They call it mindfulness now. Again, the medical model can't say meditation because that sounds all Eastern mysticism, so they call it mindfulness. And they have the UCLA Medical School of Mindfulness because they know good and well that meditation, or should I say mindfulness, is one of the best longevity-inducing strategies you could ever use. They can't call it meditation, so they call it mindfulness. Paying attention. When we pay attention to anything, our body and our brain and our nervous system are very happy and relaxed and content just by paying attention. You activate the parasympathetic nervous system by paying attention, just observing. All right. 844-236-6010 is our number. You're listening to The Bright Side. We'll be back after this. All right, we're back on The Bright Side. Pharmacist Ben here. 844-236-6010. Got lines open, and we'll get your calls here in just a moment, so hang tight. Let's see. I had a really interesting article I want to read to you. Well, now I can't find the darn thing. So we'll read this one. This one's also pretty interesting. 82-year-old woman with dementia gets her memory back after changing her diet. Somebody sent this to me. And I just found it really interesting. It's not surprising to me because Alzheimer's disease and dementia and the delusions and hallucinations that occur with Alzheimer's disease fluctuate. And anytime something fluctuates, you have to suspect that there's something we're doing on a regular basis to cause that fluctuation. That's true about rashes that come and go. It's true about rosacea. It's true about inflammation or pain that comes and goes, eczema, skin problems, and definitely dementia. And given the kind of foods that elderly people tend to eat, especially if they're in nursing homes, it should come as no surprise. Nonetheless, I was happy to see the article. Recently, an 82-year-old woman who suffered from dementia, who couldn't recognize her own son, has miraculously got her memory back after changing her diet. How do you like that? The change in diet was comprised of high amounts of blueberries and walnuts. Now, I'm not going to tell you that blueberries and walnuts are a cure for dementia, but certainly you start ingesting good foods and not eating crappy foods, it's going to make a huge difference. Walnuts are particularly high in omega-3 fatty acids. Blueberries have plant nutrients, phytonutrients that are important for the brain, not to mention vitamin C and minerals and electrolytes. Anybody in a nursing home, if you can get them some Beyond Tangy Tangerine, especially if they're dealing with dementia or mental health issues or memory problems, it's the most amazing good deed that you could do for somebody, is just to simply give them some Beyond Tangy Tangerine. Somebody who's frail or fragile or is dealing with dementia or any kind of degenerative or deteriorating kind of condition. People who are weak, people who are just out of the hospital. After an elderly person gets out of the hospital, they're already frail, but now they're dealing with some kind of surgical procedure. Oh my God! I have a friend. He's 87 years old, and I've known him for about 40 years, 35 years. And he was just this vibrant. When I met him, he was a vibrant, unbelievably energetic guy. And gradually, over the course of the decades, he became less and less energetic. Now he's bedridden in a nursing home. He's 87 years old, and he's shriveling away to nothing. Beyond Tangy Tangerine, chicken soup, aloe. Turns out this guy's a doctor, and he doesn't believe in any of this stuff. But chicken soup, oh my goodness. Aloe vera. Noni juice, and of course Beyond Tangy Tangerine can have such a dramatic effect, a mind-blowing, observable, visible, dramatic effect on people who are frail, weak, or degenerated in any way. And of course, the more degenerated you are and the weaker you are and the more frail you are, the faster you turn things around, the more obvious and dramatic the benefits. The more you need it, the more your body will take it in. That is so amazing, and that is so cool. It's great for business, and it's great to help people. The more your body needs it, the faster it takes it in, especially with liquids. All right, 844-236-6010 is our number. Let's go to the phones and say good morning to Shirley in Florida. What's going on, Shirley? How you doing today?
Hey, how are you?
I am doing well. What's going on?
Good. I told you before I had thyroid and some hormone issues, and just trying to get them straightened out. So I just got some blood work done, and apparently I am high in DHEA. It's like, what?
Are you supplementing with DHEA?
No, I'm supplementing.
That doesn't sound right. Being high in DHEA is very unusual as we get older. DHEA naturally drops. I don't know why you would be high in DHEA.
Well, also,
and I don't even go by the tests anyway. Let's talk about you. Forget the tests. The tests are silly. They're a way of extracting our funds in a shortcut for doctors who are too lazy to go through symptoms. So I don't follow tests. I want to know what you're dealing with here, Shirley. So I'm assuming you're probably in your late 40s, 50s kind of thing?
I'm 60, and I'm taking, I had a hysterectomy 100 years ago, so I'm taking a patch, estrogen patch is 0.025. It's a low dose. And I take progesterone, bioidentical.
How do you feel? How's your energy?
Well, I feel good. I exercise 45 minutes every night. I do P90X. But I was the girl that got real sick a couple years ago with that malnourishment from the diverticulitis, and they gave me too many antibiotics, and I almost died, wound up in Mayo, got down to bones, and it ate all my muscle.
I remember you telling me. So how's your digestive? Have you fixed things up in the digestive system?
Actually, that's good. I mean, it took a long, because I do bone broth. I do everything I'm supposed to.
Well, forget what you're doing. Are you feeling? No, I don't want to know what you're doing. Are you feeling good?
I feel good on the inside, but the outside, I'm having some issues with
degenerating, like wrinkles or dark spots or anything like that.
Well, I have I've always had perfect skin my whole life, perfect, and now it's been red. I'm taking thyroid too, Armour-thyroid.
You're like a cocktail. You're like a witch's brew, there, girl. So what do you mean?
So,
what do you mean red? Like red, like rosacea red, like rashy?
Well, it's almost kind of, because the skin got thin. And so a little bit of broken blood vessels and just red in general, and volume loss and all that from the sickness.
All right, well, hang on, my dear. Listen, you got so many things going on there. You're from a biochemical standpoint, you're being pulled this way and that way. And doctors being doctors, I'm not going to, do my thing ripping on the medical model. They'll just give you drugs and hormones.
Right.
And your system is already destabilized. So to try to it's like a big old, it's like you've got like a wire that's all tangled up. You know what I'm saying? You're like a ball of yarn in there. So we got to simplify with all the different drugs and the diverticulitis and the microbiome and the estrobiome. You actually have an estrobiome. You have an estrogen metabolizing system in the digestive tract. So when they're giving you estrogen, I assume they're giving you like what did you say they were giving you, a patch?
Yeah.
What is it? Is it estradiol or is it a Biest?
It's estradiol.
They're just giving you one estrogen, the most powerful estrogen, and the one that's associated with the cancers, and they're just giving it to you, and they're not making an assessment or an adjustment on the digestive system, which has to break it down. It's just a big mess in there. What I do if I were you is start working on your fats, especially EFAs. Okay?
Yeah, I take flax oil every day.
That's not enough. That's a spec. You need to take an omega-6 and omega-3. So what I would be doing is I'd be getting on Udo's Blend or Longevity's Ultimate EFAs or both. I would be taking vitamin E 400 IU. I'd be taking vitamin A 20,000 IU. I'd be taking zinc 50 milligrams a day, zinc picolinate, selenium, the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. Well, say again? I don't like the idea. I'm a little trouble with just giving you, just saying take this, take that, because you need a lot of stuff. But these are things I would focus on. Okay, why don't you if you listen to the archive, or unless you're taking notes, and take all the information I'm giving you to somebody who can a nutritionist who can kind of keep track of all this stuff for you. Selenium, zinc, copper, EFAs, vitamin E, vitamin A. And when I say EFAs, I'm talking Udo's Blend, and I'm talking the Ultimate Nightly Essence. Work on the digestive system, probiotics and fermented foods. Stay away from any foods that are processed, and any foods you don't need to eat, don't eat. Stay away from fried fats. Anything that complicates the fatty system of the body, go ketogenic. Take the load off the liver. Lots of cruciferous vegetables. I'm gonna put you on hold. We'll finish up when we come back from our break. Lots of cruciferous vegetables. Don't forget that. All right, I'm Pharmacist Ben. 844-236-6010 is our number. We'll be back on the bright side right after this. On the bright side, talking to Shirley in Florida. Shirley, you got a complicated mess there, my dear. But you really want to focus on estrogen clearance and on supporting the estrogenic system. And that also means the liver and the digestive system, of course, as well. So I was telling you before break, I was giving you a bunch of stuff that will help you with detoxification and with estrogen metabolism. But you also want to make sure that you're dealing with any digestive health issues. Now, if you're constipated, that's going to make things worse. So you got to make sure you're regular. Magnesium, fiber, probiotics, all those will help keep you regular. You want to work on your bile. Basically, you want to work on helping your body deal with estrogen at the level of the liver and the digestive system. And then also, even the stomach is very underappreciated when it comes to fat metabolism and hormones. So stomach acid is important. Apple cider vinegar with meals. There's so many different things that you can do. Focus on fats. Focus on the liver and the digestive system. That would be my recommendation to you. And then take all that information I gave you about the specific supplements and maybe have somebody guide you through it who's right there with you. Can't really do it on the phone, but that's the direction you want to take. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I have just one more question.
Let me say one more thing. I'm sorry. Don't forget vitamin C is really, really important. I'd be taking high doses of vitamin C. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I had, like I said before I got sick, I had like perfect skin my whole life, and it was nice and dewy and fat. And of course, the sickness made me lose fat muscle, and they told me at Mayo it has started to attack my skin too. Well, it's been 3 years, but my skin is dry on my face, and it doesn't sweat anymore.
It's the fat. All the things I was telling you about the fats. I don't know. I can't. Yeah, I can't. I don't know what the not sweating means. You mean sweating on your face?
Yeah, because I'll be like, my skin
in the sun, and you won't sweat. You'll just get hot.
I get everywhere else sweats but my face. It's
I
like
wouldn't worry
dry.
about that too. That's kind of interesting. But the dryness is a sign that the fats are off, which, that's what I'm saying. Focus on the fats.
Okay.
But yeah, you're definitely. I can see why your fats would be off after you had the diverticulitis and all the antibiotics, because the bacteria in the gut are extremely important for fats, fat metabolism, and hormones. How your body processes hormones. So to put you on estrogen and then have you compromise on all those other levels is just. It just doesn't seem right to me. It doesn't make sense. I would really be focusing on the detox and the digestive and the intestinal aspects.
Well, I do the organic sauerkraut at night. Should I take the probiotics too, or is that enough?
Oh, no. You can't get enough. More.
Okay.
Yeah, live on fermented foods, not just sauerkraut. Sauerkraut's great, but anything you do that's fermented. Get a book called The Art of Fermentation. Have you heard me talk about that? Make your own fermented beets and fermented cucumbers and fermented cabbage, etc. It's real super easy to do, and it's a way of getting some variety in your meals without having to get the fermented food with some variety. Sometimes just sauerkraut can be kind of boring, so you can make your own fermented food too.
Thank you.
Good deal. Take care. Good luck with everything. Yeah, I'm always suspicious about, or suspect. I find it suspect when somebody is symptomatic, like dry skin, for example, is symptomatic. Thinning skin is symptomatic, and plus they're on hormone replacement therapy, and on top of that, when they're compromised at the level of detoxification and elimination, it just doesn't seem like a good strategy to put somebody on one single estrogen when there's many of them, especially the most potent and powerful ones. When even the most basic biochemist will tell you and understands that the estrogens occur in a ratio and in a balance. It's bad medicine the way I look at it. But focus on the fats, focus on the digestive system, as well as elimination at the level of the liver and the intestine. All right, Ria in Japan, our good friend Ria. What's going on? How you doing, Ria? Don't tell me. Let me guess. SIBO, small intestinal bacterial overgrowth.
Yes, exactly. I'm still trying to fight it. And my question today is, I basically do everything you were talking to the previous caller about, like all the supplements, everything, plus a bunch of amino acids.
Yeah.
And my question is, I've been at this for almost a month, and the supplements, I've been at it for a long time, but I only found out about SIBO like a month ago. And
it's only been a month that you've known about SIBO?
Yeah.
Wow.
But the supplements, I've been doing it for a while, like maybe June, I think.
Okay.
And my
SIBO,
question
small
is,
intestinal bacterial overgrowth for the callers, and sugar is the enemy of SIBO, and all the sugars, not just table sugar, but FODMAP sugars. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. And my guess is that I've been feeding my SIBO bacteria with all my supplements and everything, because not much has changed. And like since I started the low FODMAP a month ago, I'm still working at this thing, but my question is, I have a lot of the malnutrition symptoms. I've gotten over a lot of the fat malabsorption, I think, but the nutrient malnourished portion of my state is still there, and I'm trying to figure out like how. I know it's based on it will be different for everyone, but how long would it take for me to see like an improvement, to know that I'm on the right track, that I'm doing this correctly? Like
almost right away, within a few days, week at the most, you should start to notice differences. Are you not noticing anything?
Okay.
Are you noticing nothing, or are the changes too subtle and you're not paying attention, or are they just not there?
My thing had a lot to do with the rashes, the hair loss, and the hair fall.
Are you trending? The hair loss is going to take a little bit longer to notice, but the rashes you should notice right away, within days.
The rashes, the rashes are getting better. Like
skin rashes are a really good metric, because they will change right away. When you have a skin rash, it's important to recognize that you have an immune system, a skin immune system that is hyperactive, that is revved up, so to speak. That revving up should start to subside within days, 24 hours, 48 hours, 72 hours, within 3 days kind of thing. If you're noticing that, and this is how you do this, okay? You want to trend in the right direction. You don't want it to be getting worse. You want it to be getting better. Now, the speed of the how rapid your reversals are, that can vary. But parts of the body will exhibit reversal quicker than others. Hair takes longer than skin. Hair you might not notice for a month or 2 months, but skin you should notice really quickly. That's the best metric, is the skin, especially if it's a rash. Okay, if you're noticing that your rashes are starting to improve, you're on the right track. Now, if it's been a month and it's only improving very slowly, there might be more things you need to do, but at least you're trending in the right direction. And that's what you want to look for. You want to be heading in the right direction. If you start to notice that your rashes get worse, you know you're in the wrong direction. So you're doing okay here. You follow me?
Is there anything else I can do to speed things up? Like I was thinking about maybe chlorophyll supplements.
You can do that. Chlorophyll's great. But what I would do is you want to find out what you're putting in the system that's revving it up. So can you stop eating for a few days? That's the best way.
Like
fasting is the best way because then when you eat again, you'll notice things. You follow? You want to fast.
I'm sorry. With the SIBO, I read online that like a lot of I stopped taking the prebiotic supplement that I was taking originally because it had some prebiotics in it, and
sometimes that can make things worse. Was it inulin?
No, it was fructooligosaccharides. Yeah.
FOS.
Yeah, and it had 25 milligrams of that. So I stopped
FOS
taking
is
that,
a fructose oligosaccharide is a FODMAP. You know, that can be a problem.
And now I'm only taking saccharobulardi or something like that.
That's a yeast.
Which is good for SIBO.
I think that's a yeast. No.
Yeah, it says yeast, but it's supposed to be like a safe probiotic for.
It's a yeast. SIBO. It's not a probiotic. Yeasts are not probiotics.
Really?
I think it is. What did you say? Spell it for me.
Saccharobulardi, I think.
Saccharobulardi?
Just a second. Let me look.
Oh, yeah. No, you're right. You're right. That's a probiotic.
Saccharomyces boulardii. Yeah. Saccharomyces boulardii.
Okay, gotcha. Okay. All right, so you're on the right track. Fermented foods, but I'm telling you, you're putting something in your system that's triggering it, and you got to stop doing that. And I don't know what it is, but I do know with FODMAPs it's kind of strange because a lot of the foods that we think are good foods, asparagus, avocados, fruits, fruits and vegetables can make matters worse when you have these kinds of problems. So fasting is really the only way to do it. That's my big issue with so-called 10 good foods, 10 bad foods, is these kinds of foods that are ordinarily good foods can cause problems. So the only way to do it is to stop eating and then start one by one. And I know that is really a difficult thing to do, but I don't know of any other way to do it. Hey, Rhea, we're out of time. Thank you so much for your call. I appreciate it, and thank you to all my Brightside listeners. Please check out our websites, brightsideben.com, pharmacistben.com, criticalhealthnews.com for the longevity products, truthnourishment.com for my Truth supplements, Truth Nourishment supplements, and then truthtreatments.com for all our skin health products. I am Pharmacist Ben. Have yourselves a wonderful, beautiful, awesome, spectacular day. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye for now.